there's been concerning reports being released surrounding the freedom of Young Thug, as 2 weeks ago when Young Thug was released, he was posting many tweets and IG lives, but suddenly he went silent. As a report would share, Wack 100 says that he has 2 hours of footage of Gunna telling on Young Thug in an interrogation room, making many believe Gunna is getting revenge for all of the sneak dissing Young Thug and Lil Baby's been doing for the last 2 weeks.
Hey Gunna, listen, I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah, guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
As DJ Academics ended up calling this out happening, Young Thug has been playing very close to the line of his probation agreement. He's not allowed to be doing any dissing online or participating in any illegal activities. But right when Young Thug left jail, he tweeted, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats," with the name Wham referring to rapper Lil Baby, who's also been firm on dissing Gunna for snitching for the last year, so badly that Young Thug's own father came out defending Gunna for some reason.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name it?
However, Lil Baby ended up responding to Young Thug on Instagram saying we should. DJ Academics explained this could have already broken Young Thug's probation agreement as it would be announced. Academics speaks on Young Thug getting released and says the stipulations are a setup for the court to try to put Young Thug back into jail, explaining it's all a setup. Having to be a perfect person for over 15 years on probation is absolutely insane.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or gang members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is gang activity. But he's always gonna talk about him and his doing his thing. They might consider that gang activity. He might be like, yo, it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about the gang. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody know Thug was not that weight. So we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
As Academics would explain, it's a very common court tactic when they don't have a strong case against you. They'll just sentence you to over a decade on probation, hoping you slip up once, then you go to prison with no way of defending yourself. As what Thug did next was concerning. Young Thug would follow it up with another tweet and an Instagram video. As the tweet reads, "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you." This got the attention of Gunna and his brother. Gunna's brother would say, "Trust and believe the feeling is mutual," making it a good understanding this is now a real beef on the internet, which does go against his probation. But later on that night, Young Thug would then link up with T.I., posting an Instagram story where Thug clearly says that he is home and he did it the right way, sneak dissing Gunna, with even T.I. saying the same thing.
Hey man, what you gotta tell these people? Back. Back, Jack. You feel me? You did. Hey man, ain't no cap in it. No cap in my right. You feel what I'm saying? The right way. It's time. The right way, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Right way. Yeah, that way. Yeah. And go tell that.
Letting Gunna know that he did it the right way out. Sneak dissing Gunna, playing it real close to that line of his probation. As with Young Thug out of jail, he was then able to watch the clip of Gunna snitching in court, and he reacted to it.
You agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrant and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
As academics would get told through sources in the music industry that right after Gunna snitched out of the YSL trial and returned home, Young Thug was making several calls from his jail cell to all the rappers in the industry, telling them to avoid Gunna, cut ties in any business they have.
The streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a f if you believe me. That's what he sent to all. He sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers I just won't call their names, just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not fucking with Gunna, speaking out. They're chilling away. Thug got out. Gunna kind of hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna, but
as with that going viral online and academics getting told all of this, Young Thug was finally able to give his actual reaction. He would hop on Instagram Live for a short period of time, laughing at the situation.
I'm on live. I just jumped on here to let you ladies know that yes, a goat can go live. Whoa! What's up? Who up right now? What's up? Who up right now?
But it wouldn't be until the second Instagram Live where Young Thug would start saying some very outlandish words that can easily affect his probation agreement and send him right back to jail and be arrested.
Stink, I miss you.
I miss you too. What you doing?
Nothing, bored. You don't like him?
No, that's shit in my motherfucking room.
Cause you was being mean. He felt your energy.
Man, I don't even play. I fly all the way to LA. Is that?
He ain't gonna touch him.
As allegedly, that is Young Thug speaking about Gunna on an Instagram Live. But it would be moments after this where news outlets would begin reporting online, breaking, concerning news coming out involving rapper Gunna being followed and approached by local gang members, with many connecting it to Young Thug possibly trying to get revenge for Gunna snitching. As suddenly after that report was being released, there would be another Instagram clip shared by Young Thug, where he was in the studio flexing jewelry, looking extremely happy to be home.
P, that's some pounds, P. How much you want me to P? Go pound, go make bag. Any of that bag. I'll take. Go ahead.
But the story would get even crazier from here, because it would be this moment when everyone would begin piecing it together. There would be a leaked phone call from jail by Young Thug in Lil Durk, where Young Thug is asking Lil Durk to sneak diss Gunna for him on a song. This happened because Lil Durk was already dropping a snippet of a new track, where he would rap the lyrics, "What happened to Virgil, he's probably gonna tell," which is a direct sneak diss towards Gunna, remixing the song the two made called What Happened to Virgil, but Young Thug told him to not drop it. He wanted that verse for his album that'll be coming out shortly.
Hey Dirk, I know I want you on. I'm dropping this surprise album on the same day Buddy dropped his album. Coming up soon. I need a verse from you. If you feel like replying, if you feel like you want to reply to it, saying or something, man, don't do it. Drop it on my album. I'm dropping a surprise album on the same day that drop. Sing your verse in, bro. I want you and Wham on the same song. Sing your verse in.
Which is an extremely strange moment, because it was at this time where Young Thug was in jail when Thug's father was doing interviews online, where he would end up explaining that Young Thug wasn't in that situation because of Gunna.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing. People don't understand the relationship. They got this thing saying that Gunna is a rat and he's done this and done that.
But see, let me try to help the attorney clarify that a little simpler. Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case.
But this is where more rappers would then begin getting involved on the beef. A lot of them already cutting ties with Gunna, they're gonna want something in return. This is why Drake ended up taking advantage of it. When Young Thug got released from jail, it would be announced. Academic says Drake flew to see Young Thug just 2 hours after his release from jail and gave him $1 million.
They say 2 hours afterwards, Drake flew to Thug and allegedly gave him $1 million. Drake didn't tell me. Drake gonna hit me up and be like, how? Which, by the way, super strategic move. Super strategic. Thug was in jail talking about let's squash all this beef. If I'm Drake, I need Atlanta.
Where many believe that he was a lot more than just a welcome home present. Drake is an extremely smart guy. He was likely telling Young Thug to chill off creating the beef with Gunna, as the beef has just suddenly stopped. As the following day after, the famous rap lawyer who is also friends with Drake announced that Thug's plea deal is an amazing deal as long as he stays out of trouble.
Young Thug absolutely won that plea deal for so many reasons. One, the prosecution got none of what they wanted when you think about what the charges were and what actually got pled to, and two, he saved himself some major civil liability. Let me break that down. So first off, prosecution had charged this man with 8 counts. 2 of them were very serious. 2 of them were basically saying that for years you were the leader of a criminal gang that committed murders and all types of acts all over the city of Atlanta. Those 2 charges Young Thug did not plead guilty to. Had he pled guilty to those, he would have gotten serious time, and all the victims of all of this alleged criminal street gang activity, including the families of victims, could have sued him civilly in court and said, hey, this man pled guilty to doing it. Now he's got to pay me. He pled nolo contendere. The judge accepted that plea. The prosecution said, Judge, you should not allow a nolo contendere plea on those 2 counts. The judge said, I am going to allow it.
As it really seems Drake was able to speak good sense into Young Thug's head, as he would end up being involved with his lawyer Brian Steele on FaceTime, where Brian Steele was teaching a classroom in his local area and FaceTimed Young Thug, to which he explained what is truly important in life.
You guys should become lawyers. I think it's very important to help people out of the situations they're in the best you can. I mean, what side you want to be on? You want to put people in prison for mistakes? Because everybody makes mistakes. We're human, you know. And everybody on this phone, everybody in this classroom, you always need to know that you're one mistake away. And I feel like we need more people like Brian Steele on this earth, and less people like that. So I think it's very, very, very important to become lawyers. I think it's very, very important to be a lawyer over any other thing. You know, lawyers and doctors are the 2 greatest things that were ever founded, you know.